When I used to come home from work and she would be with Sierra and she'd be like singing Filipino songs with her.
Whenever Grandma Ambang would address me, or I remember when she'd call me over, she'd go, "Nek, Hubin, ay, ni, Lando, Nek, Pransing, ay, nyamatan, is Julius." And I'd always ended that memorable laugh, and it felt so endearing, because you know, it was one of her favorites.
I was 5 years old, maybe 7. I don't know. It was when Grandma and Grandpa came to the Philippines, and I remember her. You know, I'm trying to cross the street, and I actually tried to help her. And at that point, I mean, she didn't even want to be helped. She was like, "No, I got this. Don't worry," because you know how it is with like younger kids and trying to walk their grandma across the street. And that was one of the things I remember. Her being very strong and just not giving up on anything. She was very loving.
It was in 3rd grade. It was our school day picture, and Grandma Ambang had to cut my hair because I couldn't get the hair right, but she cut it really, really short. It was really uneven. It was the worst haircut I've ever had in my entire life.
When I would have to drive her to Sears because she wanted to buy Grandpa a jacket, and he has like a billion jackets, but she still wanted to buy him a new one. So I would take her and we would be walking. She'd be looking at clothes, and then she would walk to the next aisle or the next set of clothes, and all of a sudden I hear, and she's like farting as she's walking along the aisles and looking at all the clothes, and I was like, "Grandma, did you utod?" And she's like giggling, and her stomach is like bouncing up and down, and she's just giggling, and I'm like, "Grandma, you can't do that in the store." And so she would stop laughing, and then we would go. She would find another. She would look at another piece of clothing, another jacket, and then she would fart again. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And there's like people walking near us, and I like had to walk away, and I was like, I don't know who that was. When she took care of all of us, all of my cousins, the 12 of us. That allowed us to spend more time with each other, and she was willing to, you know, take care of all of us at the same time. So I remember how generous she was because of that.
When I was living here, and I would hide behind the corner of the door, and then Grandma would walk, and then I would jump out and say, "Go!" And then she would get scared and say, and then she would hit me and say, "I don't like that." Well, however she said it in Ilocano, I don't remember.
She was always smiling. She always had a really good demeanor, and she was always happy. Except when Grandpa Pransing passed away. You could tell it affected her really hard. But the good thing about her passing now is she's with him, and so we can all be happy about that.
Staying up really late watching Lawrence Welk in the living room. I'm sleeping in the living room while she's sitting on the sofa, and I don't know who else I'm going to watch Lawrence Welk with.
On my graduation day from Cal State Long Beach, she was there with my parents, and I remember walking across the stage and seeing them.
I was the last of the grandchildren, and I remember always being with her all the time, her taking care of me when my mom was at work, and especially when she would feed me. She would it'd either be eggs or Vienna sausages, and then when I was like a little kid, she'd always feed me her coffee, or let me drink her coffee with rice inside, and so I always remember Grandma that way.
I love you, Grandma.
I love you, Grandma Ambang.
Love you, Grandma.
I love you, Grandma.
I love you, Grandma Ambang. I love you, Inang.
I love you, Grandma.
Love you, Grandma.
I love you, Grandma.
I love you, Grandma. #love you.
I love you, Inang.